Holiday Classic, which is going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And we'll be talking a bit about that later on, of course, as Owatonna and St. Louis Park square off here for tonight. And each team clustered around their nets, of course, as we get ready for this hockey game here this evening. Ken Wilcox will be joining me here in just a bit with the color commentary this evening. And we're about ready to drop the puck here tonight. The Orioles are a very tough Lake Conference squad, and the Indians certainly will have their hands full tonight. And of course, I talked to Coach Grinna before the game. He said we really out there for the Owatonna Indians, along with number 14, Tim Hawkinson. And the puck is dropped, comes to the blue line, picked up at center ice. Back again down across the neutral zone and into the Owatonna end. St. Louis Park gets it there. Back over to Erickson again. Now the puck down into the corner, picked up there by Owatonna. And the puck comes back down into the corner, round back of the net now. Coming after it there is Hawkinson for St. Louis Park. They're known as the Orioles. And the puck going into the netting and out again. St. Louis Park in command there. Holtz getting it there for St. Louis Park up to the point. Now passing it over to Hawkinson. At center ice now, the Indians pick it up. Here comes Miller over the blue line, and he scores! Miller puts it in almost from the point, and a 1-0 lead here for the Owatonna Indians. Just a few seconds into the period. Hansen gets the assist. So just seconds in, 38 seconds, the Owatonna Indians put the first point on the board. And the face-off at center ice now. The puck is dropped again and is picked up by St. Louis Park. Number 19, Brian Hawkinson, down into the corner, round back of the Owatonna net again. Puck coming off the boards, picked up there at the point by St. Louis Park. Hawkinson with it, and the whistles are blown as it goes into Garrity's glove. And that's the first stop for Mike Garrity. And welcome Ken Wilcox.
The late Ken Wilcox was partying over their neighbors. Wasn't watching the clock.
All right, and we have Boyum in the nets for St. Louis Park. He has not had any stops yet. The one shot on him went in. All right, the puck up to the point now, and the Owatonna Indians across center ice again. Here comes Mike Adams. Adams in the corner. Gets decked up against the boards. Picked up there by Brian Hawkinson now for the Orioles. Hawkinson down across center ice and into the Owatonna end, and icing is called.
Well, a real quick 38 seconds into that period. I saw it right as I was just turning up the steps here. A good hard shot into the lower right corner.
All right, so we'll face it off just outside the blue line. And the puck is dropped again now. It comes down to St. Louis Park at neutral ice. At the red line now. Puck is picked up again by the Orioles. Down just over the blue line into the Owatonna end. Indians pick it up. Disher with a puck. Disher dumps it across center ice. And to Sorum. Sorum misses it. Oh, and Sorum really gets decked into the boards. The puck comes around to the other corner. Now at the blue line again. Down across center ice again. And into the Owatonna end it comes. And on into the corner. Coming after it there is Evers for the Orioles. Evers losing it there to number 8 for the Indians, Bogan, Greg Bogan. And it's intercepted there at center ice by Dearman now. Dearman dumps it down into the Owatonna end. And it comes back over in front of the net and over to the other side. Picked up there by Chad Evers again for the Orioles. Back up again to Klein for the Indians. Now it's intercepted again there by the Orioles, and they pick it up across center ice as they come down to the neutral zone. Evers gets it again. He's tripped up there by Jamie Smith. Almost the arm of the referee went up. Puck goes across ice again, and again the Orioles bring it down. It's 1-0. Indians leading. as the puck comes down to the blue line, and offsides is called once again. So a real good picker-upper for the Indians. I was talking to Coach Grina, and I said to him after that over in Rochester the other night, we really need a win here before we get into the tournament.
Well, the guys look like they're ready tonight. They're really moving up.
All right, we'll face it off and down into the Owatonna end it goes, over to the corner, picked up there again by St. Louis Park, but it's intercepted there by 19, Jamie Smith. Smith across the blue lines, takes the shot, goes up and around behind the net. Orioles come after it in their own zone. Rasmussen with the puck now. Rasmussen at center ice. Over to the right now, picked up there by Schaefer. Schaefer fires on to Garrity, and the puck comes out and into the center of the zone. Back again, it's shot into traffic. Zeise with the puck for Owatonna. Coming back, straight back over again to Fredham, and Fredham around behind the net. Fredham to the right now, 1-0 Owatonna. As you're watching this game live tonight from the Four Seasons building, and it is icing as we bring it back once again.
Well, it's end-to-end action. I don't see either team dominating at all, and very few shots on net. Very controlled type game.
So we'll face it off back in the Owatonna end once again here. Again, the last game before Christmas and before the Classic coming up next week. Picked up again by Owatonna now. It's center ice now. Down past number 14, Brinmore. The puck over to the right of the net again. Pat Mogan goes after it in the corner. Now the puck comes out to the point again. And down across center ice. Orioles on the attack. They bring it down into the Owatonna end. They shoot on the Garrity, and he stretches out and makes the save. And the puck comes over to the corner now. Picked up there again by number 12, Brad Latham. Latham shooting it around behind the Owatonna net. And Brinmore goes after it over at the corner. Now the puck again to the center of the zone. And it comes back down again just off the boards. Back over to Brinmore again. Brinmore in the center of the zone trying to get it out of there now. And it finally comes down to neutral ice. Down into the Owatonna end it comes, and to the Oriole end rather, and the Orioles pick it up in their own zone. They shoot it across ice. Number 13, Sandberg. Sandberg fires, and it goes behind the net of Garrity as Sandberg goes down on his knees.
Well, excellent skate save by Garrity just back about a minute ago. Stuck that leg out there and really saved what could have been a sure goal. Indians in that lead, 1-0, about 4 minutes into the period.
All right, we'll face it off to the left of the Owatonna net, and the Indians, Greg Bogan, picking it up now. Bogan over to the other corner now. And coming after it against the boards there is the Orioles. Orioles picking it up center of the zone. Nice kick away there from Brad Johnson by Garrity, and the puck over to the corner again. Off the boards, it's picked up now by number 7, Bierman. Bierman getting it over to number 6, Johnson. At the blue line again, the Indians picking it up, getting it down across center ice now. Orioles tightening things up a little bit here. Johnson with the puck down again into the Owatonna end, and it goes around behind the net. Indians pick it up again, and it comes down across the blue line and into the Orioles zone, and around back of the net it goes. Jones gets it for the Orioles now. Down across the blue line again, and a hard check on to Disher as the puck comes right in front. Miller, and he got it knocked away as he tried to shoot it. Puck going into the corner now. Soaring shot! Oh, and a beautiful shot there in front. Another one by Owatonna as the puck goes over to the corner. Jamie Smith working hard there. Back down to the point. The Disher fires, and Boyum makes the save again. Back off the boards again, and the puck again comes back down into the Owatonna end where icing is called. And believe me, that was a lot of shooting power there, and about 3-4 times for the Indians.
Bobby Boyum came up with a couple of big stops there, the senior goaltender for the St. Louis Park Orioles. They have quite a record, don't they, Todd, earlier this season?
Yes, they do. Beating Edina.
Very impressive. Minnetonka 8-1, I think it was.
Yes.
8-1.
All right, now it's 1-0. Owatonna leading here. There haven't been any penalties in the period. And to the right of the St. Louis Park net now, it's Brinmore getting it back to the point and over to Fredham. Fredham dumps it down into the corner. Back again to the side. Around back to the net it goes. Into the corner again in front of the net. Now back again to the blue line. Shot taken and dribbles by the goaltender from Brinmore. And the puck goes over to the corner again. Back down to the point, and again Fredham takes the shot, and Boyum decides to fall on it there.
Indians doing just a fine job keeping it in that offensive zone and getting a lot of shots onto goaltender Toby Boyum. Haven't seen any penalties at this point. This is where the kids, they there's a few calls or a couple calls that could have been questionable. In fact, based on what you saw in Rochester, they probably would have been penalties.
Yes. That was a bad game, and the coach told me, he said, you know, we could have not put a goalie in, and we'd have still lost 8-7. So it was not a good night for anybody on Saturday night as far as Owatonna was concerned. But things are looking a lot better here tonight, I'll tell you, offensively. 1-0, Indians leading, and there was just seconds into the first period. Brian Miller pumped one in, and was that Miller that got that one? Yeah, Miller from Hanson. All right, face-off to the right of the St. Louis Park net now, and the puck is picked up there by Mike Adams. Adams with it, up into the corner. Adams out of the corner again, back down to the point. Comes down to Owatonna's Andy Fredham, and back up again. And there's a shot right in front of the net there by the Indians. It's bounced out there by Boehm. Another one from the point goes into traffic over to the other corner. Fredham on it now from the side, goes off the goalie's hand and over to the other corner. And St. Louis Park coming after it, but the Indians, Zize again pounds one in there from the point, and the puck goes around now behind and over to the other corner. The Orioles pick it up again, and they finally get it on the neutral ice. Here's a pass, and all alone on to Garrity. The man comes up. Garrity makes the save as he kicks it away, and a man goes into the net as well.
Excellent stop by Garrity. He held his ground. He saw the Indian flying right over his shoulder, but he let him go. And golly, that would have been about a 3-on-1 or 3-on-none situation. Garrity, equal to the task there.
Well, we hope you're enjoying the telecast of this game this evening as we have basketball on KRFO as the Indians are over at Rochester Mayo. Face-off will be to the left of Garrity. And Klein getting it for the Owatonna Indians as he picks up his own puck there as he goes through traffic. Picked up again by St. Louis Park. They shoot him into traffic. Nowhere. Down back of the net now. Owatonna coming after it for the Indians now. Back into the corner. Picked up there by number 18, Evers. And the puck goes into the corner. 2 Indians on Evers. Around back of the net now. Picked up by Disher. Disher with it. Shoots it up to the blue line, and it comes to center ice, and St. Louis Park picks it up there. But he's being chased there by Warden. Now the puck again back down to center ice here as it comes just across the blue line, and there's a shot taken, and they score right past Garrity. They hit one in. Garrity stretched out for it, but he never got a piece of it. They went right by him.
Well, both goals have been scored very similar that way. We saw the first one where Miller whipped it right by the goaltender. And this one, again, an excellent shot, just a couple inches off the ice, caught the lower left corner. St. Louis Park.
So we have 7:55 to go, as you see there, with a 1-1 hockey game.
Jeff Dillon from Brad Johnson.
All right, face-off now, and the Orioles pick it up at center ice again. Number 14 for the Orioles, Hawkinson. And we have a offsides as they go across the blue line with 7:45 to go in the first period of play. Of course, the Christmas vacation coming up, that annually means the alumni game. And the Owatonna High School alumni game is going to be this Saturday night at 7 at the Four Seasons Arena. Even year grads are to wear dark jerseys. Odd year graduates wear light jerseys. We'll tell you more about that later. Face off again, center of the Owatonna zone. Now the puck at the blue line, picked up there by Erickson, shoots it over to Smith. Smith by everybody, goes down in the corner for it there. He's beaten there by the Orioles around back of the net. 1-1 hockey game here as the puck comes down off the boards. In front of the net now, picked up there by number 2, Disher. Disher fires it into the traffic, comes back out again across the neutral ice. And Rasmussen skates after it. Now back to Owatonna. Erickson with the puck. Erickson off the boards, putting it in front of the net. And the Orioles come up with it. Evers with it now. Evers shoots it off to Rasmussen. Rasmussen down across center ice with the puck. It's knocked away there by Adams. Adams gets it up to neutral ice again. And the puck is picked up by the Orioles as they get it down across center ice now. Indians pick it up now. Number 10 for Owatonna. Brynmore shoots it across ice. Comes off the boards, back to Brynmore again, and the puck comes down across the blue line. No penalties in this period. Brynmore with the puck now, dumps it down off the boards and into the Oriole zone. Back in the net, coming after it there is Fry. Try with the puck now, and there's a shot right on to Boyum again from the side. That off the stick of number 8, Greg Bogan. Or correction, number 9, Pat Bogan. And we stop the play.
Well, we do have a sparse crowd here tonight. Shopping is at its height, I suppose, and
just before Christmas,
yeah, a lot of parties and other things going on.
All right, drop of the puck again now. And the puck comes off the boards, picked up there by number 9, Pat Bogan. Bogan shoots. Boyum gets the save. Another shot by Bogan, and they score! Putting it in there was Mike Adams, number 14, who came over the corner and puts one in for the Indians, 2-1.
Well, Boyum did everything he could. He stopped 2 point-blank shots. But Mike Adams gets the go-ahead goal at 8:37.
And you can see Boyum sitting in the net there, a little frustrated about the whole thing as he hands the puck off.
Number 9, Pat Bogan getting the assist.
So we'll face it off at center ice again with 6:23 to go. Puck is dropped again at the blue line now. Picked up there by Brinmore. Center of the zone now. Orioles take a little quick shot, goes into traffic. Owatonna picking it up now. Number 10, Brinmore off the boards. Gets it back over to Bogan, Pat Bogan. Straight back toward Brinmore again. Now back up across center ice to Zize. Zize brings it down and it's knocked away there by Jones, and Jones puts it up against the boards. Back to Zize again in front of the net, and the puck comes again back down to the blue line, and up and off the boards it goes. Picked up there by Gaffney now for the Orioles. Gaffney gets it down to the Owatonna defenseman, and it's picked up by Brinmore. 2-1, Owatonna leading, and the puck comes over to Brinmore again. Brinmore getting it back down to Pat Bogan. Bogan with the puck, turns around, works against number 19, Hawkinson, and the puck goes around behind the net. It comes over to Bogan now. Bogan in the corner, setting it up in front, nobody there. Back to the point, and Putnam takes a swing at it, misses it, and picked up now by St. Louis Park. Over the blue line, at the center of the zone, a backward pass, nobody can get to it. Coming after it, there's a shot, and he scores! Oh, what a nice goal, right over the top of Gary's shoulder into the top of the net, and they tie it up, and that one came off the stick of number 12, Brad Lockham.
Yeah, a lot of luck on that one. You couldn't see much of the net. Had a lot of bodies in front, and that certainly wasn't Mike Garrity's fault. Number 12 unassisted.
Oh, we're locked up at 2-2.
Well, more scoring than we expected to see this early in the game.
And across the blue line down into the Owatonna end it goes, and back again. It goes across center ice now. Picked up there by number 3 for the Orioles, Evers. He dumps it down into the Owatonna end. Back over again to Erickson now. Erickson getting it back over to Greg Bogan. Bogan with a puck now at the blue line. Back to Jamie Smith. Bogan scrambles after it again now. The puck again back down into the other corner. And it's picked up there by number 2 for the Indians, Disher. He gets it stolen away, and the puck goes into Garrity's glove, and he makes the save.
Well, Garrity with that good glove hand shot it out there and trapped it, getting the face-off. 4 goals in 10 minutes and 15 seconds. That's a lot of firepower.
Yes, and we have 4:45 to go in the first period of play. We're hoping to get the captain of the cheerleaders up here for a little period break interview between periods as we televise this game for you from the Four Seasons Arena on Jones Intercable Channel 13. Up against the boards now, picked up again by the Orioles around behind their net now. Coming after it there is Mike Adams. Adams with it, and he hands it off to his left. Indians coming on the attack now as number 26, Fredham, fires it up to number 9, Pat Bogan, but there was an offside.
Pat Bogan in just by half a step.
Now some of the real regulars are across the way in the stands. Howard Place, I see over there, he never misses a game. Looks like Harold DeRoos up there. All right, face-off will be at center ice now. It's controlled by the Orioles again. 2-2, all locked up here. Zize picks it up. He gets hit, and it comes back down into center ice. And here come the Orioles again, and it goes out of play. 4:16 to go in the first period here with a 2-2 hockey game. The squad, by the way, lost in the last 11 seconds, 2-1. It was all locked up at 1-1. They were ready to put it into overtime, and they lost by a score of 2-1 with a last-minute goal.
Well, that's very respectable.
All right, face-off. Camilli was the one who got the goal for the B squad, by the way. All right, there's a quick little shot there in front of the net. Another one taken. Garrity gets it on his knees and finally raises up and picks it up in the glove.
Well, a little easing of pressure there in front of that net. They do move the puck well. They're quick, and I guess that's what we heard from their coach, Rob Little. But I'm sure Rob Little didn't expect to see that much firepower from the Indians. It wasn't part of the coach or the
Scouting report. We probably were over at Rochester Saturday night. 4:04 to go. Face-off to the right of Garrity. Orioles pick it up, dumping it down into the corner again. Owatonna's Disher skates after it around behind the net now. Picked up there again in front. Oh, Garrity makes a beautiful double save there as he kicked it out twice and over to the corner. And it's picked up again there by the Indians, but a whistle blown, and let me tell you, Garrity held us in on that one.
Very much so. Very acrobatic. Garrity quick with those feet. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take some big goaltending tonight because St. Louis Park is deep. We've got 3 good lines.
Well, we're ready to face it off here to the left of Garrity. Puck drop. No, not quite. All right, ready to go again, and the Indians get the draw as it goes down into the corner. Back up past Jamie Smith now. Up down into the corner again, picked up there by number 8, Greg Bogan. And it comes over to the other corner. Now back up past John Erickson there. And the puck comes to the center of his own. Orioles pick it up again. They take it down into the corner. And in front of the net, and Garrity makes a nice save in the chest protector once again. Well, I'll tell you, his hands just fly when he gets that around that puck. Garrity's got good hands.
Yes, he does. His coordination is great. I guess we're going to call a penalty here on St. Louis Park for Brady, I believe. Maybe 2 penalties. Maybe Indians also.
Like Owatonna escaped a couple off, too. So we have men in the penalty box.
Okay, number 2 for the Indians, Disher, and number 14, Tim Hawkinson for the St. Louis Park Orioles.
Roughing. 3:24 to go. And there's the face-off. Zeise in the corner to the right of the net now. Back to Zeise again. Zeise with a puck. Coming back down across the blue line now. Fredham, he dumps it down into the St. Louis Park zone. Shot taken, goes off the pipe and around back of the net again. And it's picked up by Jamie Smith in front of the net, and they score. And Owatonna's Brian Miller puts it in from Jamie Smith. Beautiful goal there. A nice little pass. Miller was right there, put it up into the upper right-hand corner of the net.
You're doing like I was, Scotty Miller.
Did I say Brian?
Brian, yeah, that's fine.
Scotty Miller.
2 goals tonight. An assist from Jamie Smith, as you said.
So Scotty Miller puts it in. And this is a nice night for Miller. That's his 2nd goal, I think, of the night. Yep,
sure is.
So Scotty doing okay there as the puck comes down across the blue line and into the Owatonna end, and Zeise picks it up for the Indians. Zeise back over to Bogan now. Indians leading 3-2 in the first period. Back to the net again it comes to the right now. Picked up there by Andy Fredham. Fredham with the puck now. At the blue line, coming down across center ice again. Brynmore getting it down over to Bogan. And back again to Brynmore. Brynmore with the puck, trying to get it back, and it's picked up by the Orioles. 2.5 to go in the first period. And it comes right straight down into the Owatonna end, and Zeise picks it up at the center of his own. He falls down. Now comes over to Bogan. Got Matt Bogan with the puck. He's chipped up as he shoots, and we got a penalty coming up on the Orioles.
Orioles are still another man short. That was not a power play goal, by the way, in the Indians, because each team was short 1 man.
So number 7, Jeff Dearman, will come in for the Orioles with 2:14 to go, and the Indians do have a 1-man advantage.
So a tripping call, and the Indians will skate almost the rest of the period with a man advantage.
Burnsville, Bemidji, and Hopkins coming in for that Holiday Classic next week. 3 powerful hockey teams. There'll be a luncheon at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Western Inn, to which everyone who wants to come is invited. All the teams will be there. And advance tickets, you can save about half by buying them advance. Bryn Mawr Real Estate has them, Cockney Jewelers, and also the Owatonna State Bank at the mall. Up in front of the net now as it comes back to the point. Scott Miller. Miller fires. Beautiful save there by Boyum, but Miller was right on the money. And I want to tell you, I don't know. This hockey team is an altogether different shooting team than we saw the other night.
Miller could see that hat trick already without the first period being over.
Face-off will be again to the right of the Oriole net. Orioles pick it up. They dump it down across center ice and right onto Garrity's stick. Back of the net now it goes. Picked up there by Jamie Smith, rather. Smith getting it over to Greg Bogan. Bogan over the blue line, brings it down into the Oriole end. Bogan straight back down over to Rice. Rice for the puck to Miller. Miller with it. Scott Miller takes the shot there. Another save there by Boyum. And I want to tell you, Boyum is going to see number 20 in his sleep tonight.
Well, obviously they have a lot of faith in Boyum because you can see where they backed away and allowed him to take the clean shot even though it was from close range. And yes, Scotty Miller applying a lot of pressure.
All right, we'll face it off to the right of the Oriole net again with 1:30 to go. It's 3-2, Indians leading. Well, to go off here with a goal lead would really be a real nice treat for the Indians tonight. They would be fired up coming out in that second period. Rich Binmore on the face-off. Puck coming down into the Oriole end and in the corner, back down to the point. Picked up by Pat Hogan. Two men come out of the penalty box. One man still in for the Orioles. Another shot taken and a hard one there by Binmore. Goes over to the corner. Off the point, picked up there by Greg Bogan now. Bogan getting it over toward Disher, and it's dumped again back down into the Owatonna end, and everybody skates after it. And it goes around behind Garrity's net. And again, the Orioles right in front there. Oh, Garrity tried to follow it, but it went out, and it's picked up by the Indians. Adams with the puck now for Owatonna. Adams getting it across ice to Pat Bogan. Can't get to it. Back up to Disher. Disher in the corner. Off the boards. Going up against it there is number 3, Chad Evers, and the puck again back into the corner. And 40 seconds to go in the first period of play. Oh, there's a score from the side. It's Owatonna. Tim Disher put one in.
Tim making up for a couple errors. Just seconds before got almost an impossible angle, but Disher picks up the Indians' 4th goal in this first period of play at 14:24.
Isn't that something, I tell you? And I think he was surprised himself.
Oh, that one. Yeah, he just happened to catch the right angle and got it in the lower left corner. The goaltender obviously was not expecting that shot. 4-2, the Indians are up. That was a power play, I believe. I'll have to check that.
All right, at the blue line now. As we come here to neutral ice. 29 seconds to go in the period. Somebody loses a stick. Erickson picks it up for Owatonna. Erickson right on the goaltender. It's scooped away there and picked up again back to the point by Zeise. Zeise fires and we have the netting off the stakes. 15 seconds to go.
The Indians applying a lot of pressure there and looked like they were going to have an opportunity for that 5th goal. The net came off the pegs, so of course they had to whistle. Stats are quite even throughout. The Indians, however, have a nice 2-goal margin.
All right, 19 seconds to go. 4-2. The Indians with a 2-goal lead here after 1. And the face-off will be to the right of the Orioles net now. Puck is dropped again, comes back down across the blue line and into the Owatonna end, and it comes to Zeise now. Off the boards, back to Jamie Smith. And the Orioles pick it up there at center, bring it down across the blue line, and an offsides call.
Well, good cover-up by both defensemen there, working together. Number 36 for the Indians, Zeise racing across, even though it was not his defensive slot. Good teamwork.
Just outside the blue line, 7 seconds to go. Puck is dropped again, and an offsides call quickly there, or something called. Yep, offside right after the faceoff. That only took a second. outside the Owatonna blue line now. Face off again. Number 5, John Erickson. And the Orioles get it. Take the shot on the Gary right away and make the save. And now everybody goes into the net down there. And
pushing and shoving
going on. Yep.
Gary made the nice stop, controlled it. It was a hard shot. He was able to keep it in front of him. It's amazing. We're bad players. We have never played this team. Or if we have, it's got to be way, way a long time ago.
Well, there's a lot of bantering going on. The referees don't put anybody in the box because of it, though, so we'll face it off with just 2 seconds to go. A 4-2 hockey game with Owatonna leading here in the first period of play. Live coverage of it on Jones Intercable Channel 13 as we just wind down here this first period of play. And there's the buzzer, and Owatonna goes off with a 4-2 lead. And the referee's now trying to calm everybody down. And we'll get a summary of that period for you here as everybody skates off the ice.
It's number 10, Ed Olson, who's the captain, who's really unhappy on that. I don't know. Did they pick up another penalty right at the end time? I saw Charlie right in the number 4. What's that? I saw the number 14. I'm gonna watch it just for a sec. Okay, Gary picking up 11 stops in that first period, and goaltender Boyan getting 10. So very even on the stops. The scoring opened up quickly. Scotty Miller getting the opening goal at 38 seconds, assisted by Hansen. Then there was Union, or St. Louis Park, got the time goal some 7 minutes later as Brad Johnson got the puck over to Jeff Rainier and he put it home. 1-1. 8:37, Mike Adams picked up a nice goal from Pat Morgan. Mike getting that shot at a wide angle and moving the Indians in front 2-1. At 9:45, St. Louis Park was back. About 2 minutes later, tied it up, Brad McCoy took the home, putting it on the 6th goal.
Well, here come the Owatonna Indians out on the ice, led by goalie Mike Garrity. And they're leading 4-2.
At this point, it's got to seem like, where's the commercials?
That's right. Yeah, it is.
We're used to flipping cards.
That's right. Where's the commercials? What is today? This is the 22nd, right? We have Hopkins at Mayo tonight. So that's be interesting to see that score because Hopkins will be here in the Holiday Classic.
Yes.
Austin is at Blake. Cretin is at Albert Lee tonight. And St. Louis Park, of course, here at Owatonna. Well, we are leading by a score of 4-2.
Can't quite figure out what was causing little bits of frustration. I think the officials probably have had a chance now to talk to the coaches and try and get it settled down a little bit. It was even at the point of dropping the puck. Every time on the face-offs, we'd see where they were a little bit hitting each other's sticks and little flurry there of action.
Well, everybody is warming up, stretching out, getting ready for this second period of play.
Do you want anything to drink? He wants to know if you want anything to drink. I'm fine, thanks.
I want to thank the fellas who are doing the camera work here tonight, and we apologize for the darkness sometimes. It is not the best facility to do a television broadcast. There just isn't a lot of light. We're blanking out the screen a moment while they move the camera and get ready for the play-by-play. Kind of new to us, too. Kenny and I are not used to working with a camera, obviously, but we did make ourselves look respectable tonight. Usually we don't when we come up here. We've got our grubbies on. Right. I'm just glad it isn't 20 below zero.
Oh, me too.
It might be a little chilly up here in the sport coat. Come on, Garrity, get down there. Garrity's running to the...
Oh, he's behind.
All right, the time clock man goes in, and we're ready for the drop of the puck, and it's picked up at the blue line by Owatonna.
There's a penalty there, Todd. That's what we thought.
Okay, there is a man in the penalty box, and we got a man advantage. Owatonna in their own zone now. And St. Louis Park picks it up, takes a shot, goes around behind. We got a penalty coming up.
Well, I'm not sure who was to.
Let's see who's going in. We got a tripping call on John Erickson. Indians are leading 4-2 after 1.
So that takes away that advantage we had at the 17-second point.
And the puck is dropped again to the right of Garrity. Down into the corner now, picked up there by number 20, Scott Miller. Back of the net over to the other corner now. David Jones getting it for the Orioles. Jones at center ice now. Picked up there at the blue line by number 18, Evers. 18 with a puck, down into the corner, back up over to Zize and to Owatonna as they come out to the left of their net. They're leading by 2 here, and they're on the power play right now, although they aren't either. We got 2 men in there, 1 each. As the puck comes down into the Oriole end, and the Orioles pick it up off the boards, bringing it out of their own zone. Puck is shot across, down across center ice again, and into the Owatonna end it goes, right in front. Nobody can shoot it, stolen away there by Zize. And he picks it up off the boards, brings it down at the blue line again, goes through traffic, holds on to the puck. Zize at center ice, shoots it down into the Orioles end. Into the corner, round back of the net now. David Jones with a puck. And the puck comes down to center ice again at the blue line. Picked up there by Disher. Disher with the puck now, and it goes down into the Owatonna end. Around behind. Number 6, Brad Johnson. He's being taken care of there by Adams. Adams comes up with it. Shoots it down to center ice again, past Brynmore. And the puck goes down around behind the net. Brynmore shooting it back, and it goes into the stick of Dearman. Dearman with a puck gets it down to center ice. Now it's picked up again there by number 14 for the Indians, Mike Adams. Everybody falls on top of each other. Puck goes up. Everyone chomping away at it. And now the puck comes down across the blue line and into the Oriole end. And the Orioles are now at full strength, and we got an interference call coming up on Owatonna.
That was a bad one. No need for that. He lifted the leg of the St. Louis Park player as he was skating away, Mike Adams.
So Adams comes in the penalty box along with number 5 in there. John Erickson will be in there for another 13 seconds. We'll be broadcasting the games coming up next week, and we hope, well, depending on what happens for the Monday night basketball game over at Marshall, Minnesota, which is a 6:15 game, then we'll do the 8 o'clock hockey game here. And win or lose, we'll know what happens in basketball and when they're going to play Tuesday night. We may be televising the second game that night. All right, there's the drop of the puck now. And down across center ice it goes. The puck is dropped, goes off the boards and down into the corner. Picked up there by number 10, Ed Olson. Olson on the puck, shoots on to Garrity. Garrity gets another save. And the puck goes over to the other corner. 2 saves on to Garrity there as the puck went out of the crease and back up against the corner again. Picked up there by Olson. As we have the power play by St. Louis Park. Down to the point, back up to Olson. Olson with the puck, shoots it in the corner to Holtz. Holtz with the puck, back down to Olson again. Back up toward Holtz, goes off the stick of Disher. Disher getting it there, and he dumps it down and pass to Pat Bogan. Bogan comes down across the blue line and shoots, and the goaltender gets it in the pads and down. Well, nice job by Bogey.
You bet. Toby Boyer had a real tough shot put on him there, and he made the save, but he had to trap it, get the face off. Indians, of course, did get that one man back after 13 seconds, but they're still short Adams for another minute and 13.
All right, the face-off will be to the left of the St. Louis Park net, and it comes down to neutral ice. Picked up by the Orioles, down into the Owatonna end. Nobody can shoot. Evers getting it back now. Back up to Evers. Puck goes into the top of the netting and almost dropped down in front.
He already saw it. In fact, he put his glove right on top of it. Not necessary. Of course, the officials would have blown the blowing whistle.
Indians are leading 4-2 in the just underway here with the second period. 11:57 to go. All right, the face-off again now. The puck comes down across the blue line and into the Orioles zone. Orioles with it in their own zone, trying to clear it out. Puck goes down by their net. And around back it goes now. Here come the Orioles again. Number 6, Brad Johnson. Over to the left, gets it off to Reno. Reno with the puck gets drilled up against the board by Zize. Now back again, around back of the net it goes. As St. Louis Park holds onto it there, but Jamie Smith is there working on it. Nope, there's a shot to Garrity, and they score over the glove up into the corner. Garrity made a quick grab for it, but it went off the tip of the glove and in.
So that's a power play goal for St. Louis Park.
And the score now is 4-3. Well, we'll face it off at center ice here, and the Indians still have a 1-goal lead here after that power play goal. Put St. Louis Park within 1. Puck is dropped now. Adams with the puck now. Down into the corner. Back again over toward Brynmore. In front of it out, and a shot taken there by Pat Bogan, and it goes off the pad. To the right again now. Picked up past the puck of Bogan, or past the stick of Bogan, and it comes off the boards and down to neutral ice. Bogan is taken down. Now back over to Brynmore. Brynmore with the puck, center ice, shoots it down into the Orioles zone, and it comes back over again to number 12, Brad Lacombe. Lacombe shoots it down to neutral ice, and Adams comes after it. Puck goes up in the air and straight down again, and is picked up there by number 9, Pat Bogan. Back over again to Greg. Greg Bogan with it, off the boards, now back over to Brynmore. Brynmore just knocks it away again, over to Pat Bogan again, back to Brynny. Here comes Brynmore, takes the shot off the stick of Boyum, and over to the corner, back up across the blue line again, and it comes into the stick at neutral ice of Brian Hawkinson. Brings it down, passing it off, and Garrity falls on it and makes the save. 10-23.
Garrity hung on to that very well because St. Louis Park man kind of drove his foot across Garrity's glove, almost took his glove off. But Garrity had it trapped. Well, the Park having the advantage here manpower-wise, and certainly showing more strength in the second period.
All right, the puck dropped again to the left of Garrity. Straight back over to David Jones. Jones fires, and Garrity gets it under the pads, and that was a blistering one from about center zone. That threaded through everybody and got to him.
Indians not giving Garrity the kind of protection they should after that shot. Park is getting in there, hammering a little bit more on him than they should be.
Now we'll face it off again, same position. Garrity watching. There's the drop of the puck again now. And it's picked up again. Center of the zone, and Garrity kicks one out. Back over to Hawkinson now. Back down again to Johnson. Past Johnson. Center ice now. Picked up there by Jones. And the puck comes again. Back down to Brad Johnson again. Johnson with the puck over to Hawkinson. Off the boards now. Picked up there at center ice by St. Louis Park, and they dump it again on to Garrity, and he puts it in the glove and makes the save. So St. Louis Park has outshot Owatonna right now by quite a margin. Garrity has 8 stops to 3 for Boyum.
Getting a little refreshment back there. Back in his net.
Middle of the second, 4-3. Owatonna leading. They were leading 4-2 at the beginning. Face off to the left of the Owatonna net now. Off the boards, back down to the point. Cross center ice. And it comes back over again. And down to number 12 for the Indians, or rather number 20 for the Indians, Scott Miller. Back again to Erickson. Erickson in front of his own net, hands it off to Jamie Smith and a backhanded pass. Puck coming down to Miller. Miller at center ice, brings it down, shooting it onto the stick of Boyum. He kicked it away. Back up again into the corner. And the puck comes again for the side, and the shot is taken into traffic around back of the net. Puck goes back of the net again, and everybody scrambles for it now. And the puck comes down across center ice and goes all the way down into the Owatonna end, where icing is called. So a flurry there for a moment or two in front of Boyum, but he managed to kick everything out.
Number 3 for St. Louis Park, creating a little bit of a scene with the official there, Chad Evers, defenseman, sophomore defenseman. They're not supposed to even hardly talk to an official.
No, that's right. Well, I told him at home to put my 6-week-old grandson in front of the television to get his first taste of this, to see if he'd be interested at all.
Well, I thought you meant so you get to know who Grandpa was.
That's probably it as well, yeah. All right, the puck coming back off the boards. Now St. Louis Park at center ice. They bring it down into the Owatonna end. Shot taken. Garrity gets it. Rebound. Garrity kicks it out again. And the puck again goes into the corner now. Picked up there by Brindmore. Down back to the net over to Zeiss. Zeiss getting it back down to Pat Bogan. St. Louis Park picks it up there. Handing it off to the right now as it goes up into the corner. St. Louis Park still with it. Somebody's got it going on him. Zeiss finally goes in from behind, and picking it up is Bogan. They hold on to the puck now, getting it down, a pass down to neutral ice and over to Adams. Adams goes around one man, loses the puck there as the Orioles scramble after it in their own zone. Hard check onto the man there by Pat Bogan, and the puck comes up off the boards to Zeiss, and it goes by him. St. Louis Park comes on the attack. A rink wide pass. Garrity poke checks it out. Oh, there's a shot past him, and it went wide. Garrity came out and just poked it away. A nice move, but a little dangerous.
He's a gutty goaltender.
Around back of the net now. It comes over to Bogan now. Pat Bogan with the puck. Getting it back over again to Mike Adams now. Adams coming out to the center of the zone. Pushes it off to Brindmore. Brindmore to Zeiss now. Zeiss with it. Neutral ice. Back again to Dearman. Dearman with the puck falls down. Owatonna comes up with it there as Brindmore. He gets checked out of the play. And the puck comes again back down into the Owatonna end, and icing is called. 7:38 to go, and a fun period to watch here. The score is 4-3. Indians are in the lead.
Well, could have been another interference call right in the box there of the St. Louis Park. They had Adams bent over there, and they wouldn't let him up. They had him bent into the box, and official didn't see it.
So we'll face it off to the left of the... And a shot taken right after the face-off, and that one came from Disher, and did he make a nice save on that? And tempers are flaring again. Disher really nailed one at the goaltender. Boyum got it.
Good toe-to-toe with the defenseman. Those masks do keep them separated by inches, but...
And the face-off again, and Boyum kicks one away as it comes right at him, and the whistle is blown.
Well, St. Louis Park, not noted as the hottest hockey school in Twin Cities, but they are known to be having good things going for them this year. And we can surely see that as a very quick, hard skating team.
All right, puck is dropped now. It comes down to the point, and up against the boards they go with it now, and whistles are blown as the puck goes behind everybody. And we're going to have a penalty, and Orioles are going to come in checking from behind. So Owatonna, power play again, leading 4-3 here in the second.
Again, that's a bad penalty to take along the boards there. You don't accomplish much. Number 18 for Park, Robert Evers.
Unaccomplished ball on the Orioles number 18, Robert Evers for clipping. Checking from behind.
All right, ready to go here.
Garrity repeated exactly what the board said.
All right, it's center ice now. The puck is up at the blue line. Jamie Smith with the puck now. Smith with it. Off the boards, picked up there by Erickson. Erickson with it. Hands it off. Erickson getting a backhanded pass over to Scott Miller. Miller around behind the net. It goes over to the other corner and back up to the point to Smith. Smith hands it off. Goes right into the stick of number 7, Dearman. He brings it down to neutral ice and is stolen away there by Fredham. Fredham with the puck at the blue line decides to go back, and he comes into his own zone. Watching there, Fredham getting it back down to Smith. Smith loses the pass to Dearman again, and Dearman fires it back into his own zone to Holtz. And back up again. Here comes Jamie Smith in front. Nice pass over to Zeiss from the side. Puck goes around back of the net now, and it's picked up there again by St. Louis Park, skating a man short. Bring it down into the Owatonna end. And from the side, Dearman with a puck. And Garrity's picks one out of the air, and that was a close one.
You bet. And they, like you said, skating a man short, but still, they got off a good wrist shot. Good glove hand save by Garrity. Well, a lot less scoring. 1 goal in this period compared to 6 last period. And We're now just about halfway through the game.
Face off to the left of Garrity now. Number 14, Hawkinson, along with number 10, Rich Brindmore. Up down across center ice now. Picked up there by number 6, Brad Johnson. Johnson handing it back over to Reno. Reno winds up, fakes, puck goes over to the corner, and scrambling after it there is Adams. Adams back of the net. Shoots it off. Oh, and a hard check onto Justin Plath out there. I would say he really went down. Or was that Plath? No, that's number 8, Bogan, Greg Bogan. And a whistle blown as the puck goes around behind the Owatonna net.
Number 15, St. Louis Park, David Reno got caught in there for the offside.
5:56 to go, first period of play, 4-3, Indians leading.
Now we've got a pretty decent crowd on here.
Yes.
Picked up a lot.
All right, the face-off again, and it comes down to the right of the Owatonna net. Owatonna still on the power play for 21 seconds. At the point, David Jones fires on to Garrity. Pushed it down there in front of him by number 10, Ed Olson. Now the puck coming over to the other corner now, as St. Louis Park keeps it in the Owatonna zone, even though they're skating a man short. 5 seconds of the penalty. Puck comes down into the Park end, but not for long, as Johnson brings it out, and Evers comes out of the penalty box.
Well, St. Louis Park not having a lot of problems skating that one off. Number 8, Scott Rasmussen, a junior, really backed off, Todd, when he saw the Indians, Rich Brindmore, going into the boards for him. Another penalty?
Well, it looks like we're going to put a man in.
St. Louis Park didn't see it.
Well, number 8 goes in. That's Scott Rasmussen. Yeah. Too many men on the ice.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. No wonder he hesitated there. I thought he was just walking away from the check.
Well, Owatonna certainly had their chances here.
The Orioles are being called for 2 minutes defense minor, service penalty.
All right, so it's a drop of the puck now. At the blue line, Jamie Smith. Now back down into the corner, and they dump it down into the Owatonna end with 5:12 to go. Garrity handing the puck off to Fredham. Fredham around back over to Zeise. Cross ice now. Back over again to Scott Miller, and he falls down as he comes across. He really took a tumble. A whistle blown.
Offside.
It's been an offside.
Yep, St. Louis Park.
Scott was really sailing. Dobby Rayco, we used to call him in the old neighborhood. I don't know what it meant, but that was his nickname. So I'll call him that once. You'll love that. All right, face off again now. Coming back down again to Evers. And it comes down into the Owatonna end. Back over to Zeise now. Zeise with a puck. Down across the blue line again. Coming back over to Fredham. Fredham skates down and offsides.
That hurts.
I always remember Scott and his brother Brian one sunny day had his dad's garden hose, and they had it poked inside of his car. And they were literally filling the front seat with water. They were just having a ball. Scott was no bigger than a minute. Of course, Brian was a little bigger, big enough to hold the hose. Put her right in there and just filled up the front seat. All right, back again now to Zeise. Back down again to Scott Miller. Miller decks a man in the corner. Puck coming out. Park with it now. They get it down to center ice. Goes into the glove of Zeise again, and another offsides, and that's been our demise here.
Yeah, Jamie Smith got trapped in there, and he was a little slow getting out of their zone, the offensive zone. 1:06 of the penalty. 4:32 left to go. If you're just joining us, 4-3. Hope you're enjoying the telecast here on Jones Intercable Channel 13. We have several that are going to be telecast here during the course of this season. We'll be doing the Faribault game here coming up. All right, in the center of the zone now, as it's picked up by St. Louis Park, they dump it down onto Garrity. And the puck comes to the right of the net. Greg Bogan now with the puck. Back off the boards now, down across center ice. Neutral zone, picked up there by Mike Adams again. Adams brings it down into the
St. Louis Park in from the side. Takes a shot into Boyum, and he gets it under the glove.
Well, just good hard work by Mike Adams as he had to work his way around two men and fight one man off along the boards to get that shot away. Indians not taking the opportunities, though. They've had the edge. 3 penalties for the Park compared to 2 for the Indians this period.
Face off again, off the boards now, into the stick of Disher, center of the zone. They bring it back down across center ice. 3:53 to go, 27 seconds of the St. Louis Park penalty. And the puck comes down to center ice again. Picked up there by number 6, Brad Johnson. Johnson shooting it across to Jones. Jones shooting it up to Lacombe. Lacombe puts it up in the air. Now it comes into the stick of Brynmore. And Brynmore gets it down at center ice. Coming after it there is Jones again with the puck. Jones straight back to Lacombe, and he fires, goes wide, and around back to the net it goes.
Park is full strength again.
And coming out now is Owatonna on the attack, not for long. Comes back down again into the Owatonna end, and the Indians letting up a little bit here as the puck comes all the way down and icing is called. Play is getting a little rugged here at the end of the period.
Pat Bogan got checked out very cleanly. This Pat's only a sophomore. He's big, so he looks bigger than a sophomore. One goal, but Garrity's been the difference this period. A lot of stops.
Well, he looks at the face-off circle at the moment, right from his goal, and there's the drop of the puck. The Indians get the draw. Goes back over to Fredham again now. Fredham across the blue line and down into the St. Louis Park end. The Orioles going after Fredham. He holds on to the puck, comes around, quick little shot in front of the net. Nobody can shoot, and the puck comes down across neutral ice and into the Owatonna zone once again. And Dies will skate after it behind his net, hands it off to Fredham. Puck off the boards. St. Louis Park, center of the zone. Quick little shot, goes up off skates over to the corner. Oof. And around behind the Owatonna net it goes, and scrambling after it again there is Fredham. Fredham over to Zeiss. Now back down to the point, picked up there by Holtz. Holtz going after it up in the corner. Around in front of the net, nobody can get to it, and it's picked up there by the Indians, and they get it down center ice again. Orioles pick it up in their own zone, and Fredham's hit from behind, or number 28, Ammonrood is out there now. Number 28 playing, Todd Ammonrood. Back up to the blue line again, and a whistle.
They called it because it was, yeah, right. It was a offside. The officials a little slow calling that one, but number 10, the captain again, not very happy from St. Louis Park. Reynolds, senior forward. 2:03 remaining. Still 4-3 Indians in the lead. Coach wants to talk to one of the officials.
Well, we're going to face it off at center ice, I guess.
And that's right.
Yeah,
and
that's the way it should be.
Really made a mistake by not blowing that whistle early in.
All right, there's the drop of the puck. And outside the Owatonna blue line is picked up by the Orioles. Sandberg with the puck, center of the zone, back down to Jones. Jones shoots, but offsides is called again with 1:54. 4-3, Indians leading here. The B squad losing 2-1 with just a matter of about 15 seconds to go in the final period of play. All right, the face-off again now, and it comes to St. Louis Park. They get it up to the center of the zone. Nobody can shoot. Puck goes down into the corner. Round back of the net now, picked up there by Disher. Center of the zone. Garrity has a man behind him here. We got a penalty, and we're going to have an interference call. This time it's going to be on St. Louis Park again.
And we were doing a little retaliating, which wasn't very smart there.
Number 12 will come in, Lacombe.
We were lucky to get out of that, Todd. It could have been simultaneous at least.
1:42 to go in the second period of play. It's 4-3 Owatonna. There's been only one score. St. Louis Park scored at 3:34. of the second period. Your daughter still playing for the Gophers?
No, I think she's officially hung it up. She's played a couple games this year.
Oh, yeah. She's retired, huh?
Yeah, can't get it all in.
Yeah. All right, back around back of the net now. Coming back is Disher. Disher with it now. Off the boards. Puck comes down center ice. And is picked up there by number 9, Pat Bogan. Bogan getting it into the center of the zone. And he goes down into the corner. Owatonna comes out with it. Bogan with it. Shoots it across ice. Over to Brynmore. Takes the shot. That was Adams, rather. Adams shooting it into Boyum, and he makes the save. Big pile up in front of the net.
Double save there for Boyum. First one was a big one. The second one was a lot easier.
There's another pass. There to go, and the captain, number 4, will go off.
He's been awfully feisty tonight.
Yes, Jim Holtz will go off for... And here comes another one in, number 3.
Wow.
Chad Evers. We got 3 men in the penalty box.
Yeah. They will have to learn.
Well, we'll see what the penalty is here. They're chatting out there on the ice. Brian McEnany will be up between periods, I believe. Going to talk a little bit about that alumni game coming up on Friday.
Well, we'll see what these penalties are. Number 4, Jim Holtz. Number 3, Chad Evers.
I misspoke there. That game's Saturday night, the 26th. Okay, we got a roughing call on number 4 and number 3, and number 10 gets a roughing call. So,
10?
wait a minute.
3 and 4.
3 and 4, and then we got...
Indian must be
Apparently there's an Indian coming in, too, for roughing, huh?
Yeah. That
So number 10, that would be Rich Brynmore. So Brynmore comes off for roughing.
Well, the Indians still got the better of that.
Yep, there was 3 in the penalty box for St. Louis Park. And 1 for Owatonna. So we got a pretty good advantage here. Coach Todd Grun out there giving instructions to number 19, Jamie Smith. Coach, this got to come off.
Right, we have 4 skaters to their 3.
All right, there's the drop of the puck now, and we have 1:08 to go. At the point, Greg Bogan. Bogan down to Adams. Adams back to Bogan. Bogan fires, and a nice save by Boyum. And the puck comes by everybody, and down into the Owatonna end it goes. Back of the net, Greg Bogan again. Bogan with it. Comes down across center ice again. Over the blue line. Back again to Pat Bogan. Bogan at the center of the zone. Over to Disher. Disher trying to get it back to Bogan. He can't shoot, and the Orioles pick it up, get it to the blue line. Back again to Adams now. Adams with the puck in! A shot there from Adams. That was Adams over to Pat Bogan. He had it right there, but the goaltender kicked it out with 20 seconds to go. And the puck again comes down into the St. Louis Park end.
Well, icing it was. So it comes down to the Indians' end, but yeah, that was a pretty play. Adams got it over to Bogan. Bogan not able to get the good wood on it.
Trying to pick up the score of the basketball game here. Owatonna is leading 59-61. So it's a close game over there at Mayo. All right, face-off. And St. Louis Park on to Garrity. Another shot. Garrity gets 2 saves. One of them is he's down flat on his stomach, and he got a beautiful save there in his second effort. Down across the blue line, and it'll go into the Orioles zone, and icing called as the buzzer goes up. And what a couple of saves Garrity has credited to himself there. Well, the referee now is
let's see what happens here.
going on here. The buzzer went off. There was an icing call, but that would be not carried. And so we skate off. Instructions being given, and it is 4-3 yet. Owatonna leading after 2 periods of play.
Don't know if the official thought that
the official was...
I don't know if he thought that there was still a minute on the clock, or I mean a second on the clock, or what it was.
All right, well, we'll face that camera, Kenny, and we'll give a summary of the game here.
Well, compared to the stats being in the scoring column, as we saw that in the first period with 6 goals, only 1 goal this period. Instead, the stats are all in the penalty column, and we'll cover that first. There was 6 penalties handed out to St. Louis Park, 3 to the Indians. St. Louis Park getting very frustrated as time went along and not able to put that puck home to get the tying goal. Actually, at the end of the first, it was Tim Hawkinson in for interference. Indians not able to do anything with that man advantage. And at the 17-second mark, John Erickson for the Owatonna Indians went in for tripping. And of course, that equalized it 4 skaters apiece. And at 2:04, Mike Adams in for interference, and St. Louis Park had the man advantage. They did get the power play goal with that man advantage. Jeff Ehrman to Brad Johnson, number 6 for the Park.
After taking Christmas Day off, their next game, of course, will be the first game of the Holiday Classic next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. There will be 3 games, and Owatonna's first foe is Hopkins, which they will play on Monday night at about 8:15 in the evening. There'll be a game then of the other 2 teams at 5:30 at night as well. And the Classic, of course, is designed to bring some of the fine hockey teams into the state. And once again, we have Burnsville, Bemidji, and Hopkins coming in. 3 fine hockey teams. In fact, we're going to get a look at 1 northern team there this year, which is kind of nice to get in. We have, of course, after the Classic, we have a hockey game against Simley here at home on the 7th of January. That will be the next one, so we'll have about a week off after the Classic. Now, the Owatonna Indians basketball team is traveling to Marshall, Minnesota. I talked to the radio man in Marshall. I said, is that the end of the earth? He says, well, no, but you can see the tip right there. That's a long ways out, I guess. It's fairly decent trek out there. The Indians play their first game on Monday evening at 6:15. And we'll be carrying that game for you on KRFO FM at 6:15. And then we'll follow that with the Owatonna Hopkins hockey game here at the Four Seasons Arena at about 8:15. So things are working out well in that. Our Tuesday night schedule, well, we won't know that until we know who wins that basketball game that night over at Marshall. If that's the case, we're hoping to convince our friends here at Jones Intercable to come up here with us on Tuesday night to do that game here on television for you so you can see that second game, because we would be committed to doing that basketball game out in Marshall at 8 o'clock. Wednesday night, of course, we will have the game on the air as well. We really appreciate the guys doing this and coming up here and being able to make a few of these televised. As we said, we'll be doing the Faribault hockey game on television on the 19th of January. We will also do the Mayo game here at home on the 23rd of January on Owatonna Jones Intercable. And down the line on February 16th, the Austin game here at home will also be televised on Jones Intercable Channel 13. So that's the story, Ken.
Yeah, and
it's
all
a
that,
busy year.
you bet it is, and it is fun to allow the people back home to take a look at it, especially some of the maybe a little more elderly people who aren't comfortable coming out into the arena. But all of those who can, we also want to encourage you to come. We're smoke-free, not only in the arena, but out in the lobby area, so you won't have any problem there. And the Indians are playing, you know, we've got 3 players back tonight. Playing, I think, an exciting brand of hockey now. They're young, relatively, but, and oh yeah, one other thing, we see a go-kart sitting across above the food booth for the Blue Line Club, an Owatonna Youth Hockey food booth, and that will be raffled off, and I think it's like one of the nights, I can't remember which one, of the Classic. So if you need tickets for that, get a hold of a Blue Line Club member.
Well, we are about ready to go the third period, just finishing the cleaning up of the ice here. And again, the reminder of the alumni game on Saturday night, the night after Christmas. It will be held at the Four Seasons Arena here. Some of the greats of Owatonna hockey will be back as we scan the arena here and give you a look at what's happening between periods.
Well, you see, maybe, watching a Zamboni run is kind of like watching grass grow, but that's Terry Casperson at the wheel. He's been there. I'll never forget when he first drove that machine off the flatbed into this building back in, 67, I guess.
Yeah, pretty good crowd there on the end of the arena, as we see, and I tell you, we were talking to Rusty down at Faribault and said he ought to go into the Zamboni Hall of Fame. I think probably Terry would follow him right in there.
I believe so.
Done a lot of miles on that Zamboni. And that Zamboni is the original Zamboni that has been here at this arena ever since we went in here.
Yeah, they do make a lot of miles on that ice surface and get reworked a lot, so they last a long time. Really comfortable here this evening. I can't remember this time of the year being more comfortable.
No, it really is. I have yet to put on my heavy fleece line boots to be up here, and usually it's so cold about this time of the year. We've had a very unusual winter thus far again, and I know I was talking to a few of the merchants around who would really like to have some white stuff to get people kind of in the mood. Even the Christmas mood has been down a little bit.
No, I couldn't even think when you were talking Marshall. Stan Kroon heard you talking about Marshall being the end of the earth.
Is he from there?
Oh yeah, that's where we acquired him from.
Yes,
if
that's
my
right.
memory's right, is from Marshall, Minnesota. I'm sure he'll be going back. And speaking of that basketball team, what a great job they're doing this year. They really have got it. Actually, no loss record going, and they're playing tough.
Well, I was just getting a score, 3:17 seconds left, 3-point Owatonna lead. I don't know if that's in the third period or the fourth, but it's a close game over there at Rochester.
It's probably the fourth, I would guess, from the clock.
Yeah, I would think so. They started at 7:30. Yep. Well, we are panning the group here as they wait for this third period to start, as the Owatonna Indians leading by 1, 4-3. Be nice to put one or two more in just as insurance goes here as we come into this third period. Let's glance at those cheerleaders out there now. Maybe we can get a shot of the girls as they perform at center ice.
Yeah, you talk about ice time. They have to put their ice time in too, just like the players do. If they're going to perfect the show that they bring to the fans.
Final score, about 17 seconds over 1-3.
Indians will come out with still a man advantage for about another 19 seconds as both teams now, well, no, I shouldn't say both teams, just one team returning to the ice. Indians still hanging in there in the locker room. And here comes Garrity leading the group. What a night he's having. A lot of point-blank shots. He's just a very, very good goaltender. I think it makes a lot of difference. You know, if you got a team that can give you some goals, I think the goaltender always plays better. It's tough for goaltenders pulling out those 1-0, 2-0 games. But Garrity, a lot of confidence as he plays his senior year.
Well, we're about ready to go here as the Indians warm up and get ready to go here for this third period of play.
Now I know why you stay so darn healthy, Hal. You don't dare get sick if you're on this business. I'm coughing off the side. I'm wiping my nose when I get a
I've never
chance
been able to figure out how TV newscasters never cough.
I know.
Herzog! Jim! All right, well, we're ready to go here now as we just will tell you folks viewing that the Indians won over Mayo 76-71.
Super.
So they remain undefeated.
That's just great.
And we're ready to go for the face-off as the Owatonna Indians and the Orioles of St. Louis Park battle it out here tonight with a 4-3. The lead right now for Owatonna. Well, we got 3 men in the penalty box yet.
We have a boys basketball final, Owatonna 76, Mayo 71.
5-5, huh?
Yep. So that makes the Indians 4-0 on the season. That was a good win for them, and Mayo always gives them a tussle.
Indians 4 skaters to 3 out here in the third period as we start.
All right, there's the face-off. And it's controlled by the Orioles. They bring it down into the Owatonna end. Shot on to Garrity, deflected off the skates of Fredham. Now the puck off the boards again. Comes down to the Owatonna, to the Orioles end, and icing is waved off. Miller going after it for Owatonna. Back down to the point now, past Fredham. He comes down to the red line, hands it over to Zeiss now. Zeiss with the puck over the blue line off the boards. Zeiss being hassled by 2 Orioles. Puck going into the corner. Jamie Smith falls down going after the man, but somehow comes up with the puck. And now we have a whistle. What do we got? Another
I don't know.
penalty or what here? Referee comes into the box.
Well, let's see.
Now we have 14 and 13 seconds.
Official talking to Patrick Garrity.
Why do we have 2 men in the penalty box for the St. Louis Park and only 1?
I think he lost somebody on the board there.
Must be why they're talking to them, because we got 2 men in the penalty box for the Orioles. And they're continuing to discuss things down in the score table. Garrity's getting the pressure tonight, I'll tell you.
Earning his money tonight. That's what you get the big bucks for. Is that
Yep.
right, Todd?
Well, I don't know what the
coaches on the St. Louis Park bench seem pretty calm about it all.
yeah. Okay, now we got that other time up there. A 2-minute penalty on the top, 14 seconds on the second one.
Well, who went in
So
there?
we have, somebody just went in or what? I don't know, but nevertheless, we have 2 men, 1 for 2 minutes, 1 for 14 seconds.
Unless there was a double that I didn't pick up.
We had 3 in there initially, didn't we, when we started? All right, face-off will be outside the Orioles blue line, and Zeiss over to Fredham. Fredham with the puck, dumps it down into the Orioles end. Around back of the net it goes again. Coming up in front, now back down to the point. Down across center ice again, and it comes into the Owatonna end, and Zeiss coming after it around back of the net. Zeiss to the left now, and hands it off. Back up to the point, goes to Miller. Miller at center ice now. Stuck it right into the stick of number 4, Evers, and now the puck comes back to Miller again. Miller down across the blue line and into the Orioles end. Now back down across center ice and into the Owatonna end it goes. And the puck goes into the corner. Smith. Jamie Smith with it now. He loses it there, and the Orioles pick it up at center ice. They bring it back down again. Number 18, Robert Evers. And the puck goes into the corner. Zeiss picks it up, dumps it around behind his own net past Fredham and over to the other corner. Now the puck coming across again. 4-3 Indians lead here in the third period of play. And the puck goes down into the corner around back of the net. Now not quite. Back over again to Smith. I beg your pardon, to Bogan. Bogan with the puck now. Pat Bogan with it. Loses it there to Holtz. And Holtz goes through traffic, brings it down into the Owatonna end, and is picked up by the Indians again around back of the net. And Adams picks it up, shoots it across ice to Bogan. Here comes Bogan down across center ice over the blue line, goes around one man, holds on to the puck and goes down into the corner, and will bring it out for the face-off.
Both men fall as a good solid body check as they both reach for the puck. No interference call. Both men shaken up just a little bit on it too.
Getting up a little slow here. 4-3, Indians leading. Face-off will be to the left of the St. Louis Park net.
Number 6, Brad Johnson, along with number 9, Pat Bogan, both going on. So we have a 4-3 hockey game. The Indians still have man advantage for 25 seconds, but they're really not capitalizing on that situation early in this third period.
All right, face off again now. The Orioles down to the point. Disher fires. Blocked there by number 7, Jeff Bierman. And the puck comes down over the blue line again. Things are getting a little rough here. And we're going to have another penalty. No, we aren't either. We had
He's batting the puck.
Batting the puck, I guess, yep.
I know what that, they couldn't get that other 2-minute penalty up on the board, Todd. We only hold 2 penalties in each side.
Oh, I see, yeah.
That's why they couldn't start that last one. Well, that's going to cost both teams, which is a penalty for us. I thought I saw a motion
I
there.
think there's some battering between the players and the St. Louis Park fans. Number 19, Jamie Smith, is going to go in for roughing.
Well, that's all. I thought they were taking both.
I don't know how they could call that when there wasn't any motion going on, but I guess it must have been before that or something.
Yeah, he kind of pushed the guy away right in the face mask, but the other guy, taunted him a little bit too.
So again, our penalty side of our score sheet is becoming very full here.
A roughing call again. The last 4 penalties have been for roughing. Well, that could hurt the Indians.
4-3 hockey game. And Miller now is talking to the referee.
But the officials would be happy with
I don't know what they're doing now out there, but we got Miller was talking to the referee about something. And we'll finally get this face-off dropped here. Okay, there's the drop of the puck. Back again into the Orioles zone. Off the boards, center ice, over to Disher. Past Disher now. Now the puck comes back down again to Johnson. Johnson for the Orioles to Holtz. Holtz dumps it down into the Owatonna end, and the puck again back down into the Orioles end. And now the Orioles are at full strength. Minute 39 left of Jamie Smith's penalty. Johnson with the puck now. Johnson brings it down, and Erickson goes after him, misses him, and the puck goes around behind the Owatonna net, and the Indians dump it down into the Orioles zone. Well, we got a man down now over on the ice here.
What happened there? A couple of fans.
Number 18, Robert Evers, is really hurting. And so we'll attend to him. We got some very vociferous St. Louis Park fans here. We got a fellow with about equal to that fellow from Red Wing. Remember that? That
Do I ever? Oh, man. And from Albert Lee, too.
Yes. Robert Evers being attended to on the ice.
Austin,
yeah.
Well, the fans picking up on the officiating a little bit, which has left just a little to be desired, I'd say, tonight. They look very young and somewhat inexperienced to handle a game like this.
So we have 12:03 to go here, and we have a stoppage of play, and we'll just get up under his own team. I think he probably got the wind knocked out.
Yeah, he did. Speed out moving too swiftly.
They have from St. Louis Park what is the hockey version of the Homer hankies down here. They're waving orange hankies.
Well, the Indians have a minute 23 that they've got to skate off. Park having the advantage.
All right, it's 4-3. Indians still leading here, and the faceoff goes down into the Owatonna end now. The puck comes up, across center ice, and down into the Oriole end. Back of the net now. Miller picks it up for Owatonna. In front of the net, and nobody can shoot. Back over again to Brynmore now. Brynmore with the puck. Brynmore handing it down to Fredham. Fredham inside the blue line, takes a hard shot, goes around behind the net, all the way from his own end, and skating around behind to get it is Adams. Center ice again, across the blue line, and it comes into Zizey's stick, and Zizey will dump it down to the point. Picked up there by Johnson. Another shot taken, and
in off the leg of a St. Louis Park man. Wow, what a lucky goal that was. He just happened to be skating up across the zone.
The shot came from the point.
Yeah, wasn't even close.
No, and it just tipped off the net and carried over.
If he'd made any move with his leg, they would have called it kicking the puck in. But since it was a third question, wow. That comes at 3:41, all tied up. That was a power play goal.
So we're all locked up at 4-4 in the face-off at center ice on Jones Intercable Channel 13 as we bring you live coverage of this game from the Four Seasons Arena. Puck into the corner now. Up in front, it goes across the crease, back up to the point again. In front of the net now, the Indians. Zizey picks it up for Owatonna. Zizey handing it off to his left, comes back down to Fredham again now. Fredham skates it down into the St. Louis Park end. Down back of the net in front, and Park scoots it out of there. Puck going over to the corner now. Going after it there is Jones. Puck up against the board, back down to the blue line. And it comes back again across ice and over here to Zizey. Zizey. And he shoots it down as he's checked hard against the boards, and the puck goes down into the corner. Back down to the point, and swinging at it but missing it was Brynmore, and the puck comes back down again now to Pat Bogan. And now the puck comes across ice. Down to Zizey again. Zizey, center of his own zone, hands it off, rebounded off the boards. Picked up there by Hawkinson for the Orioles. And he gets it down to Bogey again. Bogan shoots it up to his left, goes by everybody, and down into the Orioles end. Across ice again, back down across the blue line, picked up there by Bogan, Greg Bogan. Bogan down to Disher, Disher back to Bogan again, and down to center ice. It comes into the Orioles end, and the puck comes down into the corner. Shot from the side there, and the goaltender is out of position there, and the whistle blows. A nice save by Boyum there from the side.
Wow, I can't believe that we have a penalty called on Park. An interference call.
St. Louis Park will put another man in the penalty box.
Listen to those fans. Wow.
They are upset in the stands.
Number 13, that is. So went in. Jason Sandberg.
Now we'll face it off to the left of the Oriole net, and Owatonna, a 2-minute power play.
Jason Sandberg in for an interference call. The Indians go on this power play.
Now we're going to do some ice repair out there now. So while we're waiting for that, we'll tell you that again, the next game for Owatonna will be Monday night.
And the Indians basketball team winning.
Yes,
76-71. Very impressive. Marshall.
We'll go over Mayo.
Oh, Mayo.
Yep.
Thinking of the Marshall trip they're taking.
Yeah.
Very few shots on net this period, partly because of the penalties.
Okay, well, we'll face it off now to the left of the net here, and we're ready to go as John Erickson skates around.
Penalties are 9-5. St. Louis Park getting the edge there.
All right, and Owatonna on the power play now. Fredham with the puck, shoots it across ice. Over to Zizey, he fires, goes off skates, down the center ice, skates after it again. Gets it up toward Fredham, and the puck comes straight down onto Garrity now. Garrity with it in the corner. And shoots it over to the corner. Picked up there by Erickson now. Erickson around back of the net. Up the boards over to Miller. Miller shoots it across ice to Zeise. Goes past everybody. Zeise clambers after it, but icing is called.
Frustration on the Indians' part. With a man advantage, not getting that sharp passing now.
So we bring it back down into the Owatonna end for the face-off.
We do need a goal.
4-3, Indians with a narrow one-goal lead here. And there's the face-off again now. Again, the puck controlled by Owatonna. Cross ice now, up to Disher. Puck coming across the blue line and down into the Orioles end, and now it's dumped again back down into the Owatonna end as the Orioles kill off 1 minute and 12 of that penalty left to go. Orioles right in front of Garrity, takes the shot, and he makes a nice save, and the puck comes straight out. Back over again to Adams. Adams with the puck off the boards, now back down again to Bogan. Greg Bogan around behind his own net, shoots it back over to Adams again as they try to bring it out. Coming back over again to Bogan now. Bogan with the puck, shoots it across to Disher. Disher with it at center ice now. Off the boards, back over again to Brynmore. Rennie with it, goes down into the corner, setting it up. There's a shot, hits the pipe off of Bogan. And back off the boards again in the corner. Puck at the center of the zone again and picked up again there, and another shot taken there. That one from Mike Adams, and the puck goes over to the corner and then out of play.
Well, at number 18, Robert Evers again just kind of collapsed by himself, Todd. Holding his stomach. I'm not sure what kind of problem he's having, but certainly wasn't nothing around him at that point.
No. All right, the face-off again, and the puck comes back to the stick of the Orioles. They bring it down out of their zone again. Here comes number 12, Brad Lascom. Lascom fires, goes wide, back up to the point again. And another St. Louis Park player to get it, brings it around behind the net. Shot taken from the side, goes around back of the net. And we have an elbow call on Owatonna.
And an Indian just goes a long ways away from him, but
things are all locked up at 4-4 here in the third period of play. So Fredham will skate in for an elbow. And the face-off will be to the right of the Owatonna net.
well, we don't seem to have the momentum right now.
No, we just haven't really been taking the offensive forecheck to them. Puck dropped again now. Orioles with the puck, take the shot onto Garrity. Goes off to the left, over to the corner now. Gearman picks it up for the Orioles, hands it off, getting it up in front. Center of the zone, and the shot taken again, and Garrity gets it about midsection high. And makes the save again. We have some more altercation going on as Greg Bogan now gets his temper flaring.
This time Garrity was the one that had to put his arms around Greg Bogan to hold him back. Well, we're going to have to settle it down. Can't win hockey games in the penalty box.
All right, the puck is dropped again. St. Louis Park with it right in front. They take the shot, and it goes off the pipe, and Garrity gets it some way there with a...
It hit the pipe, yeah. It came out. Garrity got the rebound. He was really surprised. That guy had him all to himself. Whoever it was from St. Louis Park. Credit Garrity with one save.
So with 7:47 to go, we are still locked up at 4-4. Boy, it's been a slow period here.
Park getting the only goal.
There's the drop of the puck again. St. Louis Park. And going after it there for Owatonna is Adams. Back to the point, back to the corner, in front of the net. They try to tuck it in, comes back to the crease to the other side. Adams going after it for Owatonna. And now dumping it down is Greg Bogan as it comes all the way down to Boyum. And again, the Orioles pick it up in their own zone. Holtz getting it there, bringing it down into the Owatonna end, forced in the corner there by Zize. Zize goes after it up against the boards. And everybody chopping away at it.
Good job by Zize keeping the control of the puck with two Oriole teammates on him.
So to the right of the Owatonna net, we face it off. Puck is dropped again. Off the boards, down to the point. Picked up there by Holtz now. Holtz getting it back again in the glove. Back down again over to Reno. Reno fires, goes off of Garrity's stick, and up over the top. Big flare in the back of the net as the puck comes out again. Back up to the point. St. Louis Park again shooting, going around back of the net. Tied up at 4-4. Owatonna picking it up, coming down across center ice again, and it comes down into the Orioles end, and we have a whistle, and we have a batting the puck, so we'll bring it out to the right. 6:46 to go in the hockey game, locked up at 4-4.
Well, the Indians, we probably wouldn't be complaining at all halfway through the third period with a tie score from what we've heard about St. Louis Park, but when we took a 4-2 lead, really the Indians missing a lot of opportunities with all these penalties.
All right, face off again as we come to you live from the Four Seasons Arena. Down back of the net now. The puck comes down across center ice. Picked up there by Johnson for the Orioles. Johnson handing it back over to Holtz now. Holtz with it, brings it down into the Owatonna end. Indians pick it up and dump it again. Down into the Orioles end, and the goaltender way over to the side. Pokes it out to Rasmussen. He gets it down to center ice, goes into Zize's stick, back over to Disher. And now the puck comes down and out of play. Really got a referee over there.
Yep. We have a couple of vocal ones down here below us from St. Louis Park.
So we'll face it off outside the Owatonna blue line. Miller there now, handing it back over to past Erickson. The puck coming down right onto Boyum's stick again, and it's picked up there by the Orioles. The Indians, number 5, John Erickson, makes a valiant attempt, falls down, and now everybody's at full strength. As the puck comes down to the blue line, it's picked up there as Jamie Smith came out. Smith gets the puck, brings it down to the center of the zone, and a whistle. And Jamie Smith was going in practically all alone on Boyum, and we had an offsides.
That really hurt. He was moving in. Tim Disher got in just a little bit fast. Was really trapped in just a little bit.
And after the face-off, puck goes into the stands.
John Erickson almost had himself a cheerleader there with that one.
All right, puck is dropped now. Off the boards, back down again. Coming after it there, number 16. Owatonna all alone in front of the net there. And Jamie Smith was picked up by the goaltender. He's protesting the way that nothing called, and back over to Bogan. Back down to Bogan. Smith was all alone in front of the goaltender. We're at center ice now. And here comes Hart at the blue line now. Picked up again there at the red line. Coming back over to Erickson. The puck again back toward number 2, Tim Disher, and now it comes squirting out into the Park end, and St. Louis Park picks it up, bringing it down across center ice there. Smith could have put it away, and back over again toward Miller. Now back again across center ice, and it comes back down to Jones, and the puck again back over to Sandberg. Sandberg handing it off, brings it down toward Garrity, turns around, hands it off in front, and deflected really. It was just a delayed goal. He delayed shooting it, but he was practically behind the plate and shot it in right behind Garrity.
Yeah, he got Garrity to commit himself to go down in one knee, but the mistake was made much farther back than Garrity. And then they went. St. Louis Park now in the lead. For the first time tonight. Brad Lacombe from number 19, Brian Hawkins. Well, that's the third goal that St. Louis Park has put in unanswered by the Indians.
face off again now. Coming back is Brynmore as the puck comes down into the St. Louis Park end, and they're leading 5-4 with a little over 4 minutes to go in the hockey game. Down the blue line again, past everybody, and we come sailing down into the Owatonna end. In the corner, coming after it there is Dearman now. And St. Louis Park picks it up from the side. Nobody can shoot. Indians right there trying to get it out. Zeise coming after it, now picked up there again by Dearman. Dearman with a puck, giving it up to the point now. And it comes back down again. St. Louis with it in the Owatonna end. Everyone stretches out to get it. Now the shot is taken, deflected, comes off the stick of Brynmore, and we have a whistle. And we have an interference call on Owatonna. Leading in is going to be number 16 and number 18. Let's get that right. Number 21, 26.
Andy fed him again.
Sooner or later. 26.
Andy getting his second penalty in a row. And that's a tough one at this time of the game because 4 minutes left in the clock, and he'll be in there for half that time. Not exactly what the coach wants you to do.
All right, there's the drop of the puck now. Coming back over again to St. Louis Park. They shoot. It goes around the back of the net. To the corner. Now back up to the point to Holtz. Holtz getting it down to Reno. Reno fires, goes over to the corner. Back up to the point to Johnson. Johnson with the puck now. Back down to Dearman. Dearman with it. Back up to Johnson. Comes up to center ice to Holtz now. Holtz with the puck. Hands it back down. And the puck comes down across center ice again to Holtz. Holtz with the puck now. Back over again to Evers. Evers with it. Shot taken. Goes into traffic. And the puck goes into the corner. Back up across the blue line and at center ice, and it comes down into the St. Louis Park end. A little over 3 minutes to go. Jamie Smith gets it off now and hands it back down to Greg Bogan, who dumps it down into the St. Louis Park end.
St. Louis Park penalty.
They got an interference call again.
He was trying to get away without it, but number 15, David Reno. Okay, that evens it up, and the Indians will go on the power play in 57 seconds.
Well, there's their chance to even it up with 3:04 to go in the hockey game here. The St. Louis Park Orioles are leading by a score of 5-4. Face-off controlled by the Indians. Now picked up at center ice there as Zeise comes after it. Zeise works it around, gets it between two players, comes up across the blue line. Zeise going after it again down into the corner. And now the puck is picked up by the Orioles. Holtz with the puck now. Holtz shooting it across to the right, gets it again, and shoots it down into the Owatonna end and around behind the Indians' net. Now here comes Owatonna on the attack there as number 10, Rich Brynmore, had a chance, but he couldn't fire in time, and the puck goes around back of the net. And the faceoff comes down across center ice again, and it comes down into the Owatonna end. Back over to Zeise. Zeise getting it back down to Bogan. Bogan skates it down into the end. Back over to Zeise again. Zeise fires, goes off a stick, and bring it up to center ice.
Up in the netting line. So, Indians have the power play now for 1 minute and 1 second. And there's 2:05 left on that clock. Too bad about Jamie's attempt there. He got the puck pretty cleanly poke checked away from by the goaltender. Very alert Toby Boyum, the senior goaltender from St. Louis Park. 5-4 as we wind down.
All right, face-off. Back to Zeise. Zeise over to Fredham. Zeise, center ice. Eriksson. Eriksson with the puck now, coming up on to Boyum. Eriksson fires. Boyum makes the save, kicks it out with the pads, and picked up there now by number 7, Derek Dearman. Dearman gets it off to Jones. And the puck comes down into the Owatonna end. Back over to number 20, Miller. And Miller shoots it across ice now. And again, Park dumps it down into the Owatonna end with a minute and a half to go. Indians down by 1, 5-4. Well, here comes Fredham again. Fredham handing it over to the left to Miller, and Miller losing the puck there before he can shoot it. Comes across ice, back over to Zwanzi, and we have a whistle.
Oh, the fans got on him again. One official on this side said it was okay, and the other official blew it. Blew the whistle for the offside.
I'm not overly sure that these are the best officials we've ever had here at this game tonight.
New ones, I haven't seen them. Timeout.
Timeout. All right, we have a 1-minute timeout. We'll just let you glance at what's going on there. As we wind down with 1:17 to go. Time to talk. 5-4, Indians down by a goal.
Well, Indians only have a man advantage for 12 seconds, so they're going to have to regroup very quickly. Timeout was called by the
Nice win by our basketball team tonight over at Mayo. So that makes them 3-0 their next game. Of course, will be the Classic over the Invitation over at Marshall. Next basketball game will be on the 9th of January against Waseca. We're going to have a change of goalie. Are we changing goalies for them? Number 30, no, Williams. That's it. He looked smaller when he came out there for some reason. He's short.
Yeah, he is. Well, again, 12 seconds, the Indians have that extra man, but the faceoff's just outside of the St. Louis Park Orioles zone.
All right, there's the drop of the puck, and it comes straight down into the Oriole end off of Bogan's stick. And Adams comes after it. Now back to the point to Greg Bogan. Back up to Adams again. Back down to Greg Bogan. Bogan dumps it down into the corner. 1 minute to go in the game. As the puck comes in front, shot is taken there. Oh, yeah!
Well, Adams, I shouldn't say little, but Adams getting the big assist on that, the playmaker, and the fans come to their feet as the Indians pick up the tying ball. Pat Bogan getting the ball, and Adams getting the assist.
58 seconds to go, and the game is all tied up 5-5.
Well, Adams has been a part of a lot of the scoring tonight. I think he got a goal on his own, if I recall right. Yes. He's got a goal. Yes.
Well, Kenny, we may be in for a thriller for our television audience here tonight.
Yeah.
There's the drop of the puck now at the blue line. Down into the Orioles end now with 52 seconds to go. Orioles losing it to Owatonna. Bogan with it. And Fisher is calling for it there. Now the puck is picked up by the Orioles around behind their own net. And the puck comes down across center ice again to the center of the zone. Back over again to Owatonna. Puck from the side there, and the shot is taken as Adams goes around again. He's playing a good game tonight, and we have a St. Louis Park penalty.
David Rono, the same man who was in before.
Tripping.
At 14:31, so 29 seconds left in the period, regulation time, and the Indians do have a man advantage. Timeout now taken by the Indians bench. Good strategy. Might as well make use of this.
29 seconds to go, and we are all locked up at 5-5.
Official asks David Rono, if he wants to go over and join his teammates, he just shakes his head. I think he doesn't want to face the official, or face the coach.
Probably not. Don't want to get too close.
Not the kind of thing you do after somebody's tied it up and then you take a penalty and give them a chance to make, because the Indians are the ones that are pumped up. That's the only bad thing about Todd Grinna had to make that decision. Do you want to go for the timeout now to talk it over and get organized, or do you let that adrenaline flow and hope that you can push home the winner in that last 29 seconds? He opted, obviously, to talk it over with the teammates. Well, the Indians making an exciting game out of this. They started off the scoring and did gain a 2-goal lead at one point at the end of the first period. But since then, they've allowed St. Louis Park to come back and tie it and then go ahead, and now they've come back and tied St. Louis Park. It's been kind of a seesaw battle ever since that first period. This would be a great win.
All right, we have 29 seconds. The face-off is going to be in the Orioles' end. And there's the drop of the puck. Comes straight back to Zeise now. Zeise losing it there momentarily, but holds on to it. Back up to Miller. Back to Zeise. Zeise to Jamie Smith. He fires, goes wide. Back over again to Fredham. Fredham shooting it across ice. Here goes Zeise again. Zeise shoots again, and it comes back out, and the goaltender has to fall on it from behind with 9 seconds to go. So the Indians have things well planned here.
Yes, they moved that puck around well. Zeise did not take a foolish shot into pads.
All right, there's the face-off again. Jamie Smith from the side. Puck goes up. 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. And we are in overtime with a 5-5 lock score here at the end of regulation time at the Four Seasons Arena. Well, what can you say? It's been a good hockey game.
You bet it has, and Mike Garrity coming up with 7 stops in that third period, allowing 2 goals, and Toby Boyum in the St. Louis Park net coming up with 6 stops, and he allowed 1 goal. David Rono.
All right, there's the drop of the puck, and again St. Louis Park shoots it straight down into the Owatonna end, and it comes back over to Greg Bogan now. Bogan off the boards, picked up there by Brynmore. Brynmore at center ice, brings it down, takes the shot on to Boyum, and he falls on it there and makes the save, and he pushes at Mike Adams as he comes skating on him. I think Adams kind of purposely put a little ice in his face.
Yeah, that's most hockey players love to do that.
So we'll face it off to the right of Boyum. Owatonna still on the power play for 1 minute and 20. And getting the draw there is St. Louis Park, but it comes back into Rich Brynmore's stick. Brynmore firing it over behind the net, goes over to Adams now. Adams at the point, back over to Greg Bogan, fires, nice shot, and a nice save by Boyum. No! And they got it out of the air behind him.
Oh, what a save by Boyum. The first one was good, but the second one was spectacular. That's 3 saves that Boyum's come up with in 31 seconds here this overtime. Indians still have a man advantage for another minute.
And the face-off is to the left of the goaltender for St. Louis Park. Now the goaltender is
hurting,
hurting there.
He knocked the wind out of his sails there.
All right, ready to go. Puck is dropped again, straight back, and a shot taken there by Disher goes off target. Back over to Disher at the point now. Disher picks it up, hands it back over to Greg Bogan, back to Disher, back to Bogan. Bogan's going to wind up and fire. It's blocked right in front of him. Back to Disher again, and St. Louis Park gets it in time to dump it down across the blue line and down to center ice. And skating after it there is Mike Adams. Adams losing, getting it there now over to Bogan, and Greg Bogan comes up with it. Tried to pass it to Adams. Now Jeff Dearman gets it. He can't do anything with the puck, and it slowly but surely works its way back into the Owatonna end. Coming out again now, the Indians across the blue line again, picked up there by Disher. Disher getting it over to Bogan. Greg Bogan at the center line takes the shot on to Boyum, gets it easily in the pads, And again, firing it all the way down to the Owatonna blue line is St. Louis Park. Now, John Erickson picks it up, and he dumps it again back into the to the Park end. And around behind the Orioles net. Puck is still on the move, and the Orioles are at full strength. As the puck comes down to the blue line, it is picked up there by Zeise now. Zeise with the puck, and down into the St. Louis Park end. At the point, Zeise with it. It's hampered by traffic, but holds on to the puck, tries to get it up to Jamie Smith. And now it's picked up by Dearman again, and they get it down to Holtz. Holtz with the puck coming on to Garrity. Takes what a beautiful save by Garrity as he picked it away. Back down across center ice now. Erickson picks it up. Erickson back to Jamie Smith. Smith to Erickson. Erickson with it on the side. Goaltender goes down, didn't have to make the save. A puck again comes down across center ice now. Picked up there by Evers, and the puck goes into the corner. Back of the net it goes, over to the other corner. Coming after it now is Fry with the puck. And Fry comes up to the point. Now a shot taken onto Garrity, and he gets it in the midsection and stops the play.
Well, for those fans at home that are used to watching goaltenders, Garrity just threw his body, pads stacked, as they call it, and just the timing was perfect. He just did a super job. Otto standing down in the corner there, enjoying the coach trying to relax.
All right, face off again. Shot taken. Goes just wide of the goal and over to the other corner now. Back behind the net it goes. Picked up again by Park. And it's forced down across center ice now. Hawkinson skates after it now. Hawkinson down against the boards and is picked up there by Tim Disher for the Indians. Disher getting it off to Brynmore now. Brynny in his own center zone goes off the stick of Craig Fry. Around back of the net it goes now. Picked up there by Warden. And Warden getting it back over to Mike Adams. Adams bringing him out of his own zone now. Here comes Adams across the blue line, down across center ice, and on his knees, he dumps it down into the St. Louis Park end. Bogan picks it up around behind the net now. Pat Bogan with the puck into the corner. Holds on to the puck there. Got two men on him, but Bogan keeps on with the puck. Nice job as he holds on to it, and the netting has come off the peg, I think, and we're going to have a whistle as the goaltender fell back into the netting. And he's hurt his arm a little bit, I think, there.
Yeah, he did strain it. Jamie Smith questioning the official on that because I don't think it was an Indian that knocked the pipe off. I think it was the goaltender himself or one of his players.
Score 5-5, 4:33 to go. We're in sudden death overtime here in this game tonight at the Four Seasons Arena. Puck is dropped again now. And the puck comes off the boards back down to the point. And a shot taken, goes up against the glass from Fredham. And is picked up again off the boards and down across center ice again. Here comes Dearman now. Dearman with a puck. Fires on to Garrity. It hit the pipe and bounced down off the top of the pipe when it went by his glove. Back over again. Here comes Dearman once again. Dearman tried to shoot. Couldn't do it. Zeise picks it up now. At the blue line. Coming after it again is St. Louis Park to get it into the corner. Dearman with a puck now. Dearman off the boards. Back over to Holtz. Holtz fires. And the puck goes around behind the net again. Back over again to Evers now. Evers with the puck. It goes down into the corner. It is picked up there by Erickson. And it goes up against the boards with 3:49 of the overtime. And we're still locked up at 5-5.
St. Louis Park does have the momentum, no question about it, this last minute and a half. We just seem to be lost in our zone. Very tired also, I might add.
Yep.
Talking it up for the Orioles.
All right, drop of the puck now. Orioles pick it up. Oh, shot goes, and it just misses the pipe and over to the other corner. Orioles still on it as the puck goes around behind the Owatonna net. And the Indians better clear it out of there pretty quick. Bogan with the puck now. Bogan over the blue line. Brings it down across and into the St. Louis Park end, and it goes around behind the net. Into the other corner now. David Jones. Jones losing it there to number 14, Mike Adams, and he gets squeezed in between two. But Adams goes after it in the corner. Adams with the puck, setting it up in front. Bogan there. Back up to the blue line. Shot taken there by Disher. And it goes off and way over into the corner. And the puck again comes down behind the net, still in motion as the puck goes up in the air and clear down at center ice. And Disher picks it up for Owatonna now. Here he comes down across the net. Was all he's stepped out of the play hard by LaCombe. and getting it off to Jones now. Back over to Disher again. Now the puck comes to Bogan at center ice there. Bogan with the puck, and he loses it. And he gets it again at the blue line. Greg Bogan now, handing it down to Brynmore. Brynmore from the side shoots it across. Nobody there. Jamie Smith skates after it now. Smith off in the air and down off the goaltender's stick, and is picked up at the center of the zone. Now the puck off the boards again, down across center ice on the red line, and Fredham is checked there as the puck comes back down to St. Louis Park. Fredham with it again at the blue line, tipped up there. No, yes, we have a tripping call coming up on Fredham.
Oh, that's a tough one to call. Yep, he called it, though. Indian penalty. Oh, that hurts.
That was a totally unintentional trip. Fredham will go in, so that puts Owatonna down one for the rest, well, almost the rest for everything but 21 seconds of this overtime.
All we can hope is that they press so hard, they give us that opportunity to break out fast.
Yep. All right, and a shot right after the faceoff by the Orioles. Back of the net now, picked up there by Greg Bogan again, and Bogan dumps it down to Miller. Here comes Scott Miller. Miller stops, turns around, shoots it across, and it goes into Evers' stick now. Evers with the puck, and we have Miller down. Scott Miller is hurting.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but he went down quick, and he's on one shoulder. Orioles, of course, not happy with that call, officials, because they were breaking out and going hard for the blue line, but
I did not see Miller hit. No, back again it goes. And the puck comes off the boards. St. Louis Park in control there. They get it up to Holtz. Holtz shooting goes into Zeisey's stick now, and Zeisey will dump it down into the St. Louis Park end. Minute and 38 to go in the overtime. Puck around behind the net now to the left as they bring it out. Here comes number 6, Brad Johnson now. Johnson handing it off to Ostendorf. Beg your pardon, that's Evers. Evers with a puck. Evers up in front trying to shoot. Lost it there. Shot taken. Blistering one. Just goes by the pipe. And back down across center ice. The Indians clear it out again. We're back over again to number 4, Holtz. Holtz with the puck now, down across the blue line, brings it down and can't shoot it, and the puck comes down across center ice again. There comes Jamie Smith now. Smith on to the goaltender. Oh, he passed it over there to Erickson. Erickson couldn't make the play. Back to Smith again at center ice now. Smith getting it over to Zeisey. Zeisey with the puck and hands it off. Now the puck comes down with 42 seconds left. And down across center ice again. It comes all the way down into the Owatonna shot taken. Oh, they missed it there on the Garrity. And the puck comes down across center ice again. And St. Louis Park picks it up in their own zone. Number 12, Brad Lacombe. Lacombe with the puck over the blue line. He's tripped up there. And the puck comes back again to number 19, Brian Hawkinson. 17 seconds to go. Here comes Fredham. Fredham all alone in the goal. Oh, hit the plate and bounced out. And across again, I can't believe it. Across center ice now. It is picked up there by Jamie Smith momentarily. Now the puck goes zipping down into the Owatonna, and that's it. The end of the overtime. The game ends tied at 5-5. Neither team could break on the overtime, and the Indians fans give them a hand.
well, 5 stops for Boyum in that overtime, and Garrity with 3. So Garrity picks up 37 stops, 37 saves in that pre-regulation plus overtime period. And Boyum, Toby Boyum has 32 stops. Very, very high for high school hockey, on top of all the goals scored. A 5-5 game, and I guess maybe that's where it should have been, Todd. I hate to see us lose one, but on the other hand, we skated off that penalty of Adam Fredham's well, and we were out of gas, there's no question about it. St. Louis, we beat them pretty badly in the first period, a 4-2 score after one, and then Park picked up that the only goal in the second period to bring it back 4-3, but they picked up the tying goal at 3:41. Brad Johnson to Jeff Dearman, and Jim Holtz got the goal. They also got the go-ahead, Brian Hawkins to Brad Lacombe at 10:06, and we were running out of gas fast.
Yep, we really were.
But at 14:02, Mike Adams on some nifty play down in the offensive zone kept control of that puck and got it out to Pat Bogan. Bogan put it home, and they tied it up 5-5 to cause the overtime. Only statistic in the overtime was that penalty to Andy Fredham for tripping, and that's the kind of call you get when you're getting tired, you're reaching and so on.
Yep.
What a goaltender match, though. I
It
really enjoyed
was.
that.
That was a fun one to watch tonight.
Garrity and Boyum were both equal to the task, and I think we did well. If anyone would have predicted a tie game against St. Louis Park, I think everyone would have been happy.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this television coverage of this hockey game tonight. Again, the score winding up 5-5 with the B squad losing by a score of 2-1. We thank you for joining us here on Jones Intercable Channel 13, and that's it for Hockey Tonight at the Four Seasons Arena.